Hello, folks. Welcome back. If you joined me last night, it is more of the same tonight. Back in the sim, back in iRacing, back at Road America, back in the Ferrari 296 GT3. Been running this a little bit all week. A lot of it kind of just in practice for the GT Endurance that I want to run. Thought it was a race tomorrow, but I was checking the schedule today, and I see in my time zone at least it's Saturday and Sunday, so we'll probably take the Saturday 1 p.m. Mountain Time slot to run it in. But I really enjoyed last night. Results weren't particularly good. My speed was decent, so decent pace, but my racecraft was average at best, let's say. I had spins or at least incidents in all three races, and I'll say 2 out of the 3 were my fault. One was nailed on my fault, just poor driving when in P2, going for a move on the last lap and just executing poorly, sliding understeering out of the corner, and then unfortunately taking the leader out with me. So that was just shoddy driving. Race 2, maybe more 50-50, but I think I just nipped the corner a little bit. There was a guy inside me. He was in my blind spot, so I didn't really see him out of my left screen. But I mean, of course, knew he was there with the spotter, but probably just closed that up a little bit. He did have a bit more room, but still, I think I could have left more space. And then last race, not on me, but almost the reverse of what happened in race 2. I was right up on the curb going into T2, just trying to be pretty safe. And then a guy who admittedly did have a bit more speed than we did at that point just kind of came into our nose and span us, and then we poked him back the right way round, which, you know, has happened to me in the past, so there you go. But yeah, so we're back on basically same procedure. I'd love it if all 3 races are dry. I know the fix will be dry, so the first and the last one will do, and then there's been a chance of rain in GT Sprint all week, but I'm actually yet to find any rain, so I'm kind of hoping there won't be. It always says there could be rain, it's a 20% chance, and then it doesn't materialize. So ideally that's what happens, because I haven't practiced in the wet. But if we get a wet session, well, hey, we get a wet session. We have 10 minutes until we get kicked to the race server. I do just want to do some laps here just to kind of refamiliarize myself. So we'll jump back in. But yeah, on the Tuesday when I wasn't streaming, I was in the Acura. I just had a bad night. Didn't enjoy the car. Didn't race particularly well. But despite the troubles last night, actually really enjoyed the Ferrari again. So we'll be back in it. See how we get on. But yeah, aim for tonight is just to have a bit more, not really consistency, but you know, just improve the racecraft, be a bit more clear when I'm overtaking. Just make sure that it's, you know, it's obvious what I'm going to do and that I'm not putting myself in an overly compromised position to get the move done, which is what happened. I'll try and recreate it for you here. So I had the guy alongside me on the right. He got a bit of a run. And I braked pretty hard, kind of got to the middle of the track, got right over here, and then stomped the gas and came out to here. And of course, that's where the P2 at the time was, so I just ended up in the side of him. So totally on me. Lesson learned, hopefully, for tonight. Slidey. Just gonna get used to the Ferrari again. Yeah, really enjoying driving this again, I have to say. Lots of fun. Don't need to be in first there. And a corner that I was consistently slow on last night, at least in the splits I was running in, so splits 2 and 3 for the fixed races, was the last corner. So that's probably the one area of the track I was a little sluggish. We'll try and work on that tonight. Test drive whether that's a third gear or a second gear corner. I went down to second there. I think maybe it should have been third. Easy to carry too much speed into that one. Bit hot there. I think that should be third, so we'll try and make that adjustment next lap. Okay, so we got 193 registered, 7 minutes to go, so with the current iRating probably puts us in split 3, I think, which, yeah, I mean that's probably about where we should be. A bit slim to T1 there, more time to find. So I think that's a third gear, so we'll lock that in. Okay, 204 registered now, that's great. So obviously need to find a bit of pace here, need to be mid-4s. I think ideally, yeah, I think low 4s actually. Just trying to remember what I was running last night. Can't fully remember, to be honest. Certainly quicker than that. Okay, so yeah, I mean ideally another 2 or 3 tenths off this time. Hopefully we'll get us where we need to be. Lost a little bit in this last sector, it's a bit annoying. Otherwise the lap's been solid. Okay, I feel like we're up to speed now. Just trying to hook this up for quali. It's a little slower than where I'd like to be, but getting slightly quicker. Just trying to roll the speed around turns 1 and 2 now. Feels a little better. Alright, what's the time? Okay, we're at 2 minutes. We'll finish this lap. Okay, well, consistent. That'll do us for now. I'd like to find a bit more time than that, honestly, but it's kind of where we're at right now.
4.5.
At least we're not having to relearn the Ferrari like we did yesterday. Right, 256 registered, so should be plenty. I think we're, what are we, 2.8k? Yeah, I think we're actually 2.7 something, so probably just rounded up there. But yeah, we basically made 0 gains yesterday in terms of IR. I think probably went backwards actually by a little bit. Right. I think focus tonight needs to be just lower on the... I don't know so much about the incident count actually. Those weren't too bad I think in at least 2 of the 3 races, but my real issue was wheel-to-wheel battles and just coming off second best, and yeah, that's got to be the focus for tonight. Last race I'm not sure I could have done too much. If any of you were watching last night, I don't think that one was on me, but the first 2 I certainly could have done. First one was all me, second one maybe a bit more 50-50, but just want to be able to get out of those things unscathed, you know, without giving up the position, and it's definitely a weak point for me. Right, so yeah, 90 degrees. Yeah, so we know the weather's consistent. No worries. We'll just get a little feel again for the track. Slightly cooler than we were just running in. To check out the stream from last night, everything looked pretty smooth. Didn't have any stutters during racing either, which was good, so all solid. I do hope Nvidia fixes the current driver with the issue that I have so we can get on the latest version. But no point having triple screens if you can't see all 3 screens, which is what the new NVIDIA driver did for me yesterday. Obviously won't be cooking the tyres like this on the outlap for quali, but just using it as a little bit of extra track familiarisation in these temps never hurts. Well, let's see what we got for quali. Hopefully respectable. So we're in split 2, which I'm a bit surprised about. Wow, 13 splits in split 2. God, I would have been a betting man on split 3 given current iRacing, but there we go. Just double check that's right. It's taking a second to reload for me. Maybe it'll take a second, but yeah, I mean, it at least looked in practice there, or in warm-up, they're in split 2, so assume that's right. Okay. Let's try and get a solid quali in. Interesting, yeah. Strength of field's only 2.6 from what I'm looking at here, which is, I want to say, a bit lower than I would have guessed. It does look like we're in split 2 at least.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Didn't quite get to the apex there. Left a bit of margin in T2s now because of that, but that's okay. Just try and have a solid first lap here. Always push a bit more on lap 2. Came off the gas there, don't think I needed to. Just was worried about the fronts not hooking, but I think they were fine actually. Just got out of it there. It's going to cost us a couple of tenths. Not sure why, just didn't have the confidence. I've now struggled with the last corner too. Ugh, bad into the lap. Let's hope we can push a little harder there. Up until that point, it felt like it was decent.
One more lap.
See where this puts us.
4.8.
Yeah, 2 tenths. Last sector. Felt that was better, but only a tenth up so far. Oh, last corner's still slow. Oh. But it was better than last lap, so we made up some time here, but we're going to need it. The fast guys are in their 4.3s. Obviously, we're not there, but at least that's representative of our pace. Well, we'll see what everyone else has got now, but that's about our pace. Another tenth in it for sure, but yeah, we'll take that if we can start in the top 5. And top 2 even better, obviously. Kind of expecting someone else to make ground there.
There's too much mucking about. They're telling us they won't count your laps. You need to reset the car and start over.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a decent start. If we hold on to P2 there. In the end, only a tenth and a bit away. Can't remember what my my laps were in fixed last night. I feel like maybe they were a touch quicker, but not sure. So no complaints. Starting near the front. Now I just need to try and get a solid start. Keep out of trouble. Normal procedure. And this race last night was actually awesome. You know, we started as we did tonight, P2, and then me and the leader kind of broke away from the rest of the pack by 3-4 seconds. I think there was maybe a minor incident behind, and then they never caught up. They were out the draft, and it was honestly a great race. I was kind of edging closer to P1 every lap, but not really getting super close. And then last lap, he made a few mistakes. I got by, and then I then screwed it up into the hairpin, which was all on me. But until that point, super good race. So just try and focus on that kind of consistency tonight.
One to go. Next time by, line up on the left side. The estimated strength of field is 2,626. Pit road is closed. We expect to be fighting for the podium. 5 cars left to grid.
So I don't know what. So okay, so we've got Leniero and Francisco. Not sure how to say that. 2.5k, 2.7k, rapid. It's funny, I feel like there must be some higher rated drivers in here.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
We're car number 5, so there must be, I don't know if people are doing a last to first type attempt. I'm surprised to not see more people around our iRacing at the front here, but
Waiting on the final car to grid.
I'm sure they will be there somewhere. Oh, now we have this painful full pace lap. Did not enjoy those last night. We've got the Revers. Revers are in the house tonight. Love it. Or not. Right, McLaren next to us. Cool. Oh, McLaren racing the safety car. Love that. Nice looking safety car, this Porsche. Still would love that feature on League Racing if you could assign the safety car to, you know, an admin so that they could drive it round. I do think that would be a pretty cool addition to League Racing. Don't know whether it'll ever happen, but kind of feel like that would be pretty jazzy.
Catch the pace car.
Not so worried about fuel consumption here. Obviously with a fixed race there's always plenty in the tank, so keep it in a low gear. Only problem I find, to be honest, starting in P2, I just find it so difficult to get a sense of where P1 is, and it can easily lead you to a position where, you know, you just accelerate slightly later and then the cars behind get a bit of a run. Almost feel like a full pace lap. It gives me too long to think about the race start. Kind of just, it was nice at Fuji where it was just literally the last sector and it was multi-class, so turn green pretty early and you're just off to the races. Figure it out on the main straight. Okay, nearly done. So on the outside line, obviously for the first couple of corners, I'll be honest, I haven't noticed too much of a difference. I've started in P2 and P3. P1 is pretty chill here. I'm going to stick right up here.
Get ready, going green. The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Pit road's open.
Solid start from P1, no complaints.
The next car's the leader.
Cheeky off track. Oh man, we're already going to have a run here. It's almost what I didn't want. We will just be cautious. We had fun last night. We've got plenty of time in this race. Okay, a bit of a gap now to P3, so try and maintain that here. Just keep this drag for us. Lost confidence in that corner for some reason. Anyway, just focus on staying in the toe here. Especially now we've just got a slight gap to P3.
9.6.
Okay, so P1, I feel like getting up to speed a little bit now. Just got to be careful. I don't want to lose this draft and then get drawn back into the grasp of P3. Okay, pace good. P1's pace pretty decent. Finding a bit more confidence now in that last corner. Not sure any faster, but well, we're sticking with P1 nicely here.
4.4.
Got a bit out of shape there, but we're not close enough for a lunge here. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to, obviously, if we start falling back to P3, I might need to get a bit more aggressive, but I still just want to feel this out a little bit. a slow lap though, unfortunately. Has allowed P3 to get back with us again. It's tricky. It's kind of looking like we have pace on P1, but it's just not by a huge margin. Have to get a little tighter now. Deep there, unfortunately. Yeah, just keeping an eye on P3. We need to be running at well, faster laps than this. Hopefully you can have a better lap now in P1. P3 is just edging closer here. Trying hard to get a good run out of that, couldn't quite hold it together. The opportunity. Now he's obviously going to get towed down here. He may have to go defensive. Not sure why you're flashing me, buddy.
Okay, you are the leader.
I mean, don't think I did anything wrong there. We'll have a look at that. Don't love random flashing, honestly. Very cautious in T2 there, too busy looking in the mirrors. We need to make a break for this now, so I can hopefully have him more worried about P3 than me in P1. Be careful, don't push too hard. Made a half a second so far. Did what he did last lap there. Due to be more gentle on the throttle. He's almost going to get a run at us here, but it'd have to be a dive, so we're not going to go defensive. Yeah, can't shake him. He's found some pace. That one mistake on the last corner. Don't know if that's going to cost us. They're a little defensive, but not too much here. Oh, wrestling this car. Wonder if I'm taking a bit too much out the tyres at the moment. Hard to tell. Okay, I don't know what's happened there. It's just fallen back, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to be under a little bit of pressure now. So we'll just focus on consistency. Let them figure out what they're up to. If I can stay out of this toe, or keep him out of our toe, obviously that's going to help. So Michael actually's got ahead of Laniera. Interesting. So there's been a position swap now. Got to get focused. Want to put down just a solid lap, no mistakes. 6 minutes to go. Just edging out the gap a tiny bit. Of course, the more they race, the better it will be for us. Oof, big stutter then. Didn't get any of those last night. And another. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing those. Didn't happen in terrible places. Just always makes me a little nervous. Okay, made 0.2 that lap, so solid. Look at that, I'm quite slow actually in turns 1 and 2, giving away 0.3 there, if not 0.4 actually. greedy, greedy. Come on. Right, let's have a look at the gap again. Okay. It's pretty stable. Just to drive consistently now. 4 minutes to go, pretty much. Oof, it's been a busy race. Michael Hickman. I'm trying to think if we were racing Michael last night. Rings a bell. Don't know if it was the guy we had a tangle with in race 1. I'll have to take a look. Well, someone's been off last lap. Yeah, so lost 0.1 to Michael there. It's funny, last night I felt T1 and 2 were probably 2 of my better corners. Just for some reason I have a bit less confidence there tonight. Tight there. Don't know why. Didn't take that as wide as I should have done on entry. So running very similar pace now to Michael, almost identical. Getting the power down out of that last corner. Really been a struggle. It was last night too. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jim.
4.6.
That was not what we were called for. This is going to give Michael a run all the way down here. Oh my God. Went in hot, lost the car mid-corner. With a good hairpin now. That will do. Michael's having a sniff. Yeah, well, that was a mistake. Thankfully, had enough of a gap there. Try and keep it tidy now, last few corners. Super slow last corner. that's okay. Enough of a margin. Yeah, Tom, that's not a bad description, actually. Yeah, hard to lap fast, I agree.
This is what happens when you have the best crew chief.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what I find tricky with this track is the challenge of hooking it up lap after lap. Just all of the different corners, just because it's tough on the tyres as well. Right, well, that was a better start than yesterday, wasn't it? Well, this time we were just frustrated by chasing our tail a little bit. Alright, we'll have a real quick look at what went down early on, or whenever we got past. When did we get past? I don't even know. I'll have to have a quick look here. Guess we're already leading at this point. Okay, here we go. I'll zoom in a bit closer for us. Trying to remember where we made the move. Yes, we were pretty tight. Was it T1? Yeah. This lap. Yeah, I think. Let's get into far chase. Yeah, so you got super wide, and then look at me trying to get on the power early, and then so that made this pass. So why on earth was he flashing? I mean, I was miles over that side. Weird. And that was the race. No complaints. All right. Let's get ready for the next one, because I think it's a quick turnaround for memory. Yes, really quick. Well, that was a more enjoyable first race. Wow, 5 minutes, crikey. Now, the challenge I've got on this one is getting used to the open set again, but it's a longer race. So I'm not going to worry too much about speed, and probably will be in split one with fewer competitors. So, we're going to be more running in the middle of the pack anyway for this one. But that was good. Decent start. I'd love to see the results, actually, real quick before we jump in. Oh, you guys can't see this. 1 sec. There we go. Right. Oh, practice. Not up yet. Annoying. Why is it not a little faster? All right. Well, we'll join the session, but we'll come back to this in a sec before we go racing so we can take a look. All right. I'm going to pop to the washroom as turnaround time is a bit short here, and then we'll get back at it. Oof, this weather doesn't look good, does it? Let's have a quick check of that, and then we'll look at the results. Oh, it's oh no, we're not in the main race service, so I won't know weather for a bit. Right, let's just have a quick look at the results before we get going. Oh, come on. There we go. Hey, plus safety rating, plus 89 iRating. 2870. Okay, well, that has done some repairs to the damage of yesterday and the day before. And we had the fastest lap, so yeah, I mean, decent all round. 2044, lap 2. So why was my quali time not down there? I don't know if the track temperature is different. I mean, that's... Oh, no, that was in the tow. Of course, of course. Right, I need to get back out on track real quickly here just to get used to the quali set. Won't have long before we get brought over to the main server. Right, let's go for a quick run here. Didn't feel like I had too much trouble jumping from fixed to open yesterday, and I hadn't even run the open set by this point. I do need to make sure that's set right. So we'll see. Probably the quali set that's going to feel most different. Gear ratios are different too, so trying to remember that. Okay, 155 registered for this race. So I feel like a bit less understeery in this open set. Different gear ratios. It didn't feel too different. To get on those brakes though. Don't know if the brakes are different in the fixed as well. The kink is where I was struggling, I think, last night in the open set, so let's just stick that in the memory bank for tonight. Open set just feels a little bit a little more controlled. Feels quite nice to drive. So I kind of love it if we're in split 2 for this, but given the participation, I assume we will be back in split 1 like last night. Race server it is. Quick adjustment and off we go. Yeah, so longer race obviously, so intention here is, especially if it rains, just run a sensible race. That's not as exciting if it's a boring one, but it's more enjoyable than last night. And you know what, we were chasing P1 for a little while in the fixed, and then we didn't break away immediately, so yeah, it was decent, but nice to be able to maintain the gap and not make any major errors to allow Michael back. And yeah, just slightly different mindset for this race. Just think longer term, but still got me in trouble last night. Okay, so I'm seeing some of the same folks. Zabo, I think we were running around them last night, and then Mr. Ragioni, I think he was up there as well. All right, now weather, that's cute. Ooh, god damn, is it actually going to rain? Wow. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. If it does, it could rain. It's 52, then 82%, an hour into the race. Now the race is only 40 minutes, so I don't know what time the race starts, but that might play more of a role. That's much higher percentages than we saw yesterday. and the day before. Interesting. Anyway, quali is going to be as normal, so don't need to worry about that for now. Yeah, car feels lovely on this set. Good to go. Cold brakes. Right, so let's see where we can put it for quali. I feel like I did a 3.9 last night. So, I mean, I guess that's possible tonight, but we'll see. No, I'll try not to worry too much about the time here. And just set a solid lap. I think let's go with that. Got a 1x there, that would have been pretty dumb. So I think the fast guys are kind of like low 3s. I don't think I've seen anyone in the 2s. So, you know, we're never as quick as the fast guys. So anywhere in the high 3s. And you know what, I'd settle with a low 4 if, you know, if that's where we ended up. Didn't feel like I hooked up T2 quite there. Just missed the apex a little. But nothing too bad. It went in a bit hot there, didn't mean to. I could feel that coming, but I tried to hold on. Shit. All or nothing on the next lap. That's frustrating. Trying to save the tyres a bit here. Felt like a decent lap too, so I'll reset a little bit there. Damn. That was a corner that I struggled with last night too. Should have got out of it. Okay. Hate do or dies, but that's what we've got.
One more lap.
Oh, it didn't get back on throttle quick enough there. Alright, no mistakes here. Got to be careful. Lifted a bit. Probably didn't need to. Tyres were fine, but got to make this one count, whatever the time.
You have about one lap of fuel left.
Touch wide on the last corner, but we'll take that. There's a bit more pressure on that lap than there needed to be. Not sure where it's going to put us, but it was okay.
Alright, there's checkered flag.
Yeah, 4.1, so 2/10 off last night. With tons more practice on this set. Yeah, shame. There was more time in it, but I just desperately needed to set that time, so I'm not going to be too upset. And to be honest, these guys are going to have great race pace, to be honest, so you know, top 10 is a perfectly adequate place to start, so we'll take that.
You'll upset the officials with your slow driving. Your lap times will be deleted until you reset the car and try again.
Yeah, 2:04.1. Okay. Not unhappy with that. I'm a little surprised I couldn't have found more time, but to be honest, if we got into the 2:03.9s, we would have almost been in the top 3, so yeah, I mean, no real complaints. Still could be some cars finishing. So yeah, let's take a look at this weather. Oh yeah. So the time has advanced here, and wow, super interesting. So it's definitely going to rain. So I wonder what time the race starts at, because if it's starting at 8:30 or 8:45, don't know what the advancement is. It's almost certainly going to be raining, so it's going to be mainly a wet race here. Interesting. Don't know if I'm a big fan, but guess it'll make it interesting. Look at that. So 15 minutes it's going to rain. Obviously we can't put wets on now. For sure going to be on dries to start the race, but just really, really interesting. Wow. Okay. It's going to be a race. So yeah, so we'll start on dries, of course, but it's going to rain in, what time is it? It's 8:30 now. Yeah. It is raining in 15 minutes. Okay, let's strap in. I haven't run here in the wet for a while, so
One to
don't
go.
know if I'm a
Next
huge
time
fan
right.
of that,
Line
but
up on
there
the
we
right
go.
side. Pit road
So
is closed. Rain is closed.
I'm setting the wet tyres because
You're on a
obviously
dry tyre.
if we're going, if you know, if it's
The
gonna
estimated strength of field is 3,000.
if it's gonna rain, or if you know we're gonna pit, and if we're gonna change tyres, of course, it's gonna be on wet.
Today, look for opportunity.
So where do we finish? P7 there. That's pretty good. Not bad quality. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see. Keep an eye on everything.
Field is on the grid.
Well, interesting. Are you using iRacing crew chief? Yes, I am, Rohit. I was a big fan of external crew chief for a long time, but honestly, I've tried to just keep the setup on my PC as simple as possible and feel like the iRacing spotter and crew chief does a decent job. The fuel is a bit, honestly, hit or miss, I find sometimes, but I can live with that.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid. Waiting on the final car to grid.
Wow. So P10 is on wets, I think, assuming that's what the orange tyre is. I think you guys can see the same. It's a bold choice. It's a bold choice because in 10 minutes you would have thought, you know, that you'd just struggle in terms of track position, but who knows. I'm happy to be in the majority here. Something weird happening on the left side of the grid. Hope there's no issues there. There he goes. I think he's coming now. Alright, not sure why Logan is the car ahead of us. Thought he would have been much further up. Oh, it looks so lovely, this weather. It's great on these triple 4Ks. Shame it's going to be raining shortly. I mean, to be fair, that also looks good on these monitors, but still. I was really up for 3 dry races tonight. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, Rohit. I mean, there's no guarantee that's going to make a huge difference. I don't think crew chief is a huge resource draw, but anything you can do helps. One less program, one less thing making calls to the CPU. You know, it certainly doesn't hurt. And yeah, I think it's pretty good these days. It's solid. I think the external crew chief can provide maybe more, you can customize it more obviously and get, you know, more incident notification around crashes around you, I would say, than the iRacing spotter. That said, iRacing spotter for me does enough that I don't feel like I'm missing it. So yeah, I'd recommend trying it if nothing else. Oh, I tell you, I'm a bit nervous about this weather. Not having practiced in the rain, it's going to be basically a massive adventure. And in split 1, obviously, is where some of the fast guys are. So I'll just try and have the mentality of sensible racing, making good margin call decisions, and yeah, just trying to drive sensibly, I guess. What I so often find as well when I'm in split 1 is that I just get mugged on laps 1 and 2. So I will try and, you know, get my elbows out a little bit, but I always seem to struggle with the balance of elbows out and safety. You know, I would say I was trying to have my elbows out a bit last night and was in incidents every race, so that obviously didn't work for me. Now, some aggressive tyre warming going on. I'm just thinking about a little bit of fuel conservation, honestly. So a couple of areas I'm thinking about on lap 1, the kink, because even on a quali set didn't quite have that dialed in, so I may need a lift there, and then also into the hairpin after the long straight, just making sure I don't go in too deep.
you go green, stay focused. Post car is off, time to do your job.
Oof, look at this guy next to me. He either anticipated that or just was lightning. I feel like maybe he went before the leader went, but either way, got a good run, fair play. A little tight here. No desire to send it here, I'll be honest. Just want to stay out the way of these two fighting.
There's an incident behind. Car on your left. Go right. Clear. Go right.
So you guys can see the rain obviously already. Not sure what is going on here.
Stay on the right. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Alright, off we go. Oof. Sketchy. Yeah, rain coming down. Maybe the guy starting on wets had the right idea. Hard to know. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to try and judge it on the cars around me. You know, track is mostly dry right now, and you can see the sun's on it, so shouldn't be too bad. Just got to watch braking markers. A bit slippy into there. It's weird because it's mainly regular braking points, but I feel like it's just every corner's slightly an adventure at the moment. Wow, already declared wet. Interesting. Doesn't feel like a wet tyre change just yet, though. Okay, people are pitting. We are going to pit too.
The leader's pitting now.
Okay, we are changing tyres to wets. We're going to put in 0.6 of fuel here. I think it's a lap too early, if I'm honest, but it was getting sketchy, and so just feel like it's the right call.
10, 5, here.
So we'll see. I hope it's the right call, but you know what? Those around us have clearly been thinking something similar, so...
Move it, move it. Car right.
Don't want to get involved in any bargee there. Just let this guy go. No idea how that ghosting works, really. Oh my god, these wets feel awful, gotta be honest. I feel like there was one more lap of dries, really. Not going to send it too hard here. I'm going to give this guy plenty of room.
Still there, hold your line. Clear. You got a slow car on the left.
He was a bit slow though. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Come on, buddy!
You've got wheel damage. Looks like one of your
Ah!
wheels will have less grip out there. You've got damage on the right.
I can't believe that. It's so unlucky.
Aero damage is probably slowing you a lot.
I'll let you know. Oh, the car's fucked, unfortunately, guys.
Car on your left.
So frustrated. Well, I guess I shouldn't have let him go. I'll let you go.
Clear.
So it's not a meatball, which is wild because the car's pointing a funny direction. So I guess we'll just see where we're at. So frustrated with that. Not sure if we could have done anything to get out of it.
Left side.
But yeah, the car is absolutely toasted.
Clear on the left. Car stops on the left. Car stops on the right.
I mean, it's not a meatball. I feel like I've got to drive this thing and just try and learn how to drive with a car like this.
Stay on the left.
So frustrated. Felt like I was
15 points.
gonna get into that race as well. God, is that relearning to drive right now? Obviously not going to be holding anyone up here. Oh man, almost last. I guess I should probably just pit this thing.
Keep to the right.
Well, last position. What can we do here? I guess safety rating is what we can do.
We expect these conditions to continue.
I really fancied my chances there as well. People were really struggling in that weather and I didn't have the same concerns. Tough one, tough one.
Leaning on the car in front. The gap is 1.7 seconds.
This thing does not want to turn. Well, we're just going to stay with this for now. Just cursing my luck there. Thing is, I mean, for them to straighten the wheel, I mean, that's minimum 30 seconds, probably more. Could even be a minute, and then that's a lap gone. Never going to make that up with these guys.
26.1. You're in the top 20.
Well, we'll look back at it after the race, just see if there's anything else we could have done. It's going to crush, unfortunately, the I rating after the big gain in race 1, sadly.
Car on your left. Clear. Left side. Clear. Car on your left. Keep to the right.
As I said, no desire to get involved in anything here. A car that's like this. Oh, this really is a race of what could have been.
The leader's pitting now.
Let this guy go. Go on, buddy. You go. It's all good.
Clear on the left.
It's so hard to drive the car like this, to be honest.
Car 20 is now leading.
Well, feel like we could have been up there for sure.
You got a slow car on the right.
I just can't get the car to turn without using the brakes. It's killing me here. I'm driving around hoping I can just pick up a few positions, really. Just a shame it was such a big impact too. It was an impact and then he just totally blocked us at the same time. Just killed me. I mean, if I could save a lap of fuel, which perhaps is the only way we're going to make any sort of dent here, so I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Everyone else probably doing the same though, of course. I'm just going to get taken all the time here. I mean, interestingly, now it's wet, sort of not dropping back quite as quickly. So hard to get the car straight. happily give up places here. Just, hey buddy, you can come by, don't worry. I just don't know if it's a full lap of fuel. It's going to take a mammoth fuel save, but we'll just see. 0.1 on that lap. Let this guy go here.
Left side. Clear.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting when we watch it back, just to see whether there was any way we could have got out of the way there. Didn't feel like it at the time, honestly.
Slow car ahead. Go left. There's an incident ahead.
Driving so slowly now. Killing me. And I guess the one thing is that, you know, rain is a bit of a leveler when you have a damaged car. It helps us a little. Just having to relearn how to drive this thing. Again, I'll just let this guy go. Somehow we're in like P18 or something here.
Car on your left. 32.1. Clear on the left.
Okay, well, sort of the car is feeling at least predictable now. Got used to how it handles. Honestly, don't know what position we've really got in here, but we'll just keep going. Again, let this guy through that's behind us. Okay, buddy, if you can send it, you go. Not gonna get in the way.
Clear.
Good job. Oh, look at the grip you could have. Car is just so twitchy with this wheel pointing the wrong direction. Okay, we are saving some fuel here, so I guess we're just going to keep at that. It's our only hope, I think. Yes, I'm assuming, obviously, that we're not going to do any tyre changes, so just...
The car behind is pitching 32.3.
Okay, 0.7 of a lap, so we've got to save, but... Or, it's quite a lot, but, I mean, we have a chance at least. Oh, I just wish the car wasn't damaged at least, that would have really helped. And we won't be able to look at this for too long after the race because there's a short gap, but I'll save the replay. And then maybe after the fixed race we'll go and take a look. So interesting, track is very dry here, or drying at least I should say. Well, maybe we will need to put dries on. Certainly won't be wet.
29.3.
So we've got to save the fuel. I mean, we've got to save the fuel. That's the only thing that's going to give us half a chance here of a half decent finish. Yeah, I thought a few laps ago it was possible, but only down to 0.6 now after a few more. I don't know, I feel like I'm having to give away so much time here. Don't want to be over there. It's still wet here.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 5.8 seconds.
Still only 0.6. Just don't know if we'll get there. somehow in P14 here, which is wild. Obviously P16, P17 can close in. That's why I'm really trying to just see if I can, I don't know, just save this fuel stop. It's going to be tough to keep them back, I think. Oof, 0.4, I mean, it's just... It's a maybe. It's definitely a maybe. Rain is still coming, actually. It's interesting. It's coming, it's going, just not stable. It's the lights making it tricky too. It's cool, kind of realistic, I guess. So yeah, I'm just taking everything off again because if we pit, we're not changing tyres. Down to 0.3. So we're giving ourselves a chance here. Obviously if it goes an extra lap we're screwed. But we'll just keep going at this pace, see what happens. Glad we don't have a meatball though, that's one thing I'm happy about. Because then you don't even have a chance to try something like this.
The lead is fitting now. The leader is running 25.7. You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Wow, rain's really coming down here, can feel it again. Don't worry, but I'll let you go. Go, buddy, go. You can go. You can go, big guy, honestly. Oh. Really wanted to let him go there. For whatever reason, he didn't fancy it.
Stay sharp.
Just let this guy go now.
34.6. Left side. That car is a lap down. Clear.
Well, 0.2. It's doable. So obviously Andre's captains up P15 and there's a no worries sort of situation here. Anyone can come past us honestly at this stage. I have to say, it's going to be weird jumping back into fixed in the dry after this. Nice to not have to use the brakes to turn the car too. So Andre is on his way. We'll of course just let him fly by. We'll assume he is pitted and is good to go.
35.6.
Go, buddy. Just go. Just go. You're good. Just go. You're good.
Car on your left. Clear.
So I know you guys can't see this. We're down to 0.1 now. So we'll get it done. As long as we don't have to run any sort of weird extra lap.
Car behind you, closing on you. The gap is 7.6 seconds.
Yeah, well, couldn't give a monkeys if we finish.
Clear up soon.
If we finish in the top 15, 16, honestly. It's a pretty good outcome, given the race we've had.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 3.9.
Oh, don't doubt it, buddy.
5 minutes to go.
You can go, buddy. You can go. Yeah, yeah. Go, go. You got it. You got it. You go.
Car on your left. That car is a lap down. Clear on the left.
Okay, we're right on the nose with fuel. So still need to be saving, obviously. I don't know if it was the right decision. Obviously could have driven this a little bit faster. Do expect to lose P16, but hopefully we can keep, or P15 even. That would be great if we can stay ahead of P17.
The lead is pitting now.
So difficult under braking too because of the way that wheel's pointing. Just completely unpredictable almost every time I get on the brake pedal. Yeah, so again we won't fight Johnny when he comes through here. And we'll just do our best to hold on now.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left. The car in front.
You let this guy go.
Clear.
So we've got to really be light on the fuel because we're completely marginal here. So basically just looking back to P17 now. Got 18 seconds to play with, and I'm right on the margin, so I'm gonna have to do massive lifts everywhere.
Range clear up soon. Let us know if you want dry tyres.
18 seconds gap still. Just going for high gears everywhere now. As little throttle input as I can get away with, and just looking at that gap, trying to manage it as best we can.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 5.4 seconds.
I did just make a position here, so I'm obviously not going to fight that one if he gets back up to speed. Just try and get this done because we're so marginal here. And we've got to get up this hill.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. The car in front is pitting. White flag this time.
We're so marginal, guys. So marginal here.
33.
I just can't afford to go flat out anywhere. So, of course, a lot of people have been pitting, so they're now racing us, but hopefully they realise they can just sail on by here as we try and save.
Car on your left.
I'm not going to fight you, buddy. You go. That's all good.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 1.6 seconds.
That's no problem.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Just letting them all go here. Alright, we've got 23 seconds back to the next position. So I'm just going as light as I can now to get us through. Just need enough speed to get up this hill. Okay, momentum required. Got to push up this hill now. And we made it.
Left side. Checkered flag, checkered flag.
That is crazy.
Schedule some testing. We'll get 'em next time.
P14. I mean, I guess we made the right call. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, yeah, that's a better result than I expected, to be honest, but that was horrendous. And I feel like that was super unlucky as well. But we'll take it. 7x, not the worst. Okay, I do want to save this. Let's just make sure it's going to ask me. Do we want to see the incident maybe super quick? It's going to be easy to find. 3:15, there she is. Oh no, that was... Oh yeah, that's right, that was it. And we were just hustling. Alright, let's have a quick look. Far chase. So, could we have done anything different? I guess at this point it's clear he's off. I kept my foot in, you know what? Get on the brakes. Get on the brakes and see what's occurring. I think I kind of felt I'd be able to just pass him as he was struggling. Yeah, get on the brakes. That is the lesson. Okay, well, don't really need to save the replay. That was all that happened. Well, maybe we'll just take a look at the state of the car, because it was pretty bad. Right, well, the front was pretty mashed. Just trying to give us... that was okay. Must have been... Oh, look at that. Yeah, I could feel that the whole way around. Lovely. Alright, let's just see if we can finish with a decent race on the fixed. No, don't need to save that. Interesting. Right, how long have we got? Oh, we've got 10 minutes. Okay, let's get registered, then we can take a look at the results. Hopefully have one good finish tonight. Well, sorry, 2 good finishes. First race was great. Hey, Chow. What is the iRacing 4DOF? I have no idea what that is, Chow. You have to like, educate me. No idea what that is. But yeah, I mean, I had a terrible night on Tuesday. I wasn't streaming. Almost didn't get back into it this week. But you know what? You just got to get back in and send it. And even like that, a race like tonight, which was an absolute I mean, it wasn't a disaster, I guess, top split, but just by sticking it out with a broken car, you know what? We still gained I rating, obviously safety rating. Took a bit of punishment on that one, as you'd expect. But I guess, yeah, just staying in it. And, well, someone disqualified. Oh, 25 incident points. That's a big one. I mean, how many people were still running? I mean, at least so we were still on the lead lap, despite how slow we were going. And you know what? I gotta take that. Gotta take that. Could have been a lot worse, right? I need to go practice on this fixer. It's gonna feel so different now. Oh, motion. Okay. I need to go and take a look at that. I haven't gone down that path, Joe. Kind of still satisfied with my. Oh, I see you guys couldn't see the results. Sorry about that. Yeah, I still just like the butt kicker for now. Triple is a mess. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, a big hardware change like that when you've got to then go and make the changes. I totally get it. Can be a bit of a pain. I remember when I even just moving from 32 1440p triples to 4K. Obviously they're in the same place, which wasn't a particular issue, but man, just dialing those in, getting the NVIDIA drivers to work properly, yeah, it's brutal. I mean, I don't mind the sort of tech support stuff. I kind of like finding stuff out, but yeah, it can be a bit of a nightmare. Right, I realise you didn't see the results, so I'm just going to pop back so you can see them real quick, and then I just need wash and break, and then I'll get back out to practice. But yeah, let's take a quick look. Results. There we go. Yeah, so lost safety rating, 0.13. Not awful, I guess, given we had 7 incidents. Plus I rating, plus 15, which honestly for a P14 is actually pretty decent, especially as the car was absolutely trash. What's so frustrating though, I honestly think I would have had a chance for a top 5 there. I felt quite good in the wet actually, and I felt like I could have had a really good race up there. And look at Kevin there with the 2.7 finishing 6th. Awesome work, buddy. But yeah, broken car, P14, positive I rating, gotta take that. No complaints there. Right, I'll be back. 2 minutes. All right, this will be the last one of the night. Oh, good. 184 registered. Now, I rating obviously has jumped up a bit since race 1. So, what were we in split 2? We'll probably still be in split 2 with that, I would hope. Guess I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Okay, and we've got a little bit of time to go run some laps, which is awesome. I do want to do that. Well, let's put our little LED strips on, or why not? Well, I guess the good thing is I didn't really get used to the open set very much other than quali because it rained and then the car was broken. So, should be able to get right back up to speed on that basis. Feels weird already. It's funny, the wheel doesn't feel straight when it's straight now after driving for 35 minutes, whatever it was, with it all crooked. I'm glad I've got a couple of minutes just to get used to it again. Man, it has really tricked my brain. Just gotta iron this out, it just doesn't feel right yet. Okay, just trying to iron out how the wheel felt. Not there yet. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if my quali for this is slower than what we managed in race 1. It's kind of thrown me for a loop, driving so long with a busted steering rack.
Right side. Clear.
Not the best place to let me by, but okay. Loose. Right, let's see if we can put a representative lap. We probably won't have time actually, but we'll try.
You got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Hey buddy, thank you for tuning in. One more race of the night to go. You missed a pretty interesting one before if you weren't watching. See if we can hook up the kink here. Better. Oh, I wanted to see what the lap was going to be. We will never know. That was one. Okay, it's going to be mid-5. Slow then. Grant, sorry, literally broke my pedal. Oh, well, not good. At least it happened in practice, I guess. Yeah, no. Don't need to be saving replay. Well, that is a first for the chat. Don't think I've not heard someone else describe the curbs in that fashion. Right, and kind of praying here for split 2. I'd love a split 2 race to finish the evening off. Feel maybe just a little bit less pressure, but I mean, yeah. I'm not in the UK, but I grew up in the UK. I now live in Calgary, Canada. Been here for about 12 years. But yeah, the accent is going nowhere. Right, weather, obviously not going to rain, 90 yet, so just standard. Right, let's get back in, just do a few more turns, get used to this. Oh, we're in split 2, hurrah! That makes me pretty happy, actually. I've got to make the most of that like we did in race 1 tonight. Oh man, we're car 2, so that means we should be decently quick, hopefully. Oh yeah, there's a ton of 2.8k guys, so we'll have our hands full, no doubt. See if we can get in the top 5. Just a little careful there on the quali lap. Well, that is pretty committed, especially, I assume it's Good Friday in the UK. There's early bird. Oh, you're in Norway, okay. Yeah, I agree. I would want to be in bed on that time. Well, let's see if I can put on a decent 20-minute of racing for you. Let's see how we get on tonight. Last race of the evening, split 2. It's kind of, can't ask for anything else. Let's get after it. Just want to get rid of this. Come on, let's finish strong tonight. Stick on some nice LED strips. All right, last quali of the evening. What have we got? Gotcha. Yeah, on call. I've done night shifts back in the day. I'll tell you what, I never really adjusted to them particularly well. Always found them pretty tough. Wasn't on call. Back in the day, as a student job, was in a gas station. And yeah, adjusting to night shifts, man, nearly killed me. So I feel your pain. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it. Try not to take too much out of the tyres here. Bopping along. Honestly, after 35 minutes of that bent steering, still haven't adjusted to my wheel being straight. Kind of annoying, to be honest. Fair enough. Yeah, that sounds like a decent gig. Guess if you can, you know, get your sleep when you need it and get well adjusted. Right, focus a little bit here, make sure we don't screw this quali up. Let's go, boys. See if we can put a decent lap down. Got a bit hot there. Took me a while to get back on power. Did not mean to go down to second gear there, but this different gear ratio to the open set, kind of forgot. Mental note for lap 2, that would have cost us a tenth or two, I think. I don't feel like I'm really hooking this up, really. Doesn't feel terrible either, but just not great. Guess we took that flat. Alright, let's see where we're placing. What are the fast boys doing? 4.7s. That's probably where we're going to be, maybe. Hopefully we're not slower than that. Oh my god, really slow. Got a fine time now. Okay, full send, here we go. Okay, so to get on par, yeah. Oh, we've obviously got to get in the 4s, ideally mid-4s, but maybe the track's not quite that quick. We'll see. Well, we're finding a bit of time. Could do with a bit more though, honestly. Need another 10th, ideally. So close to an off track there. I had to get out of it, annoying. Okay, well, we're going to be in the mix. Hopefully a top 5 with that. I don't think... No, we won't get pole with this, but... Should be top 5 at least.
There's the flag. It's over.
Okay, we're up there. That's all we can ask for. I don't know why I couldn't find more time on that one. Maybe just adjusting from the last set. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. Race pace has been pretty good, actually, in both races so far. So if that's the same, then that would be good. I hate qualifying. I don't know. Don't think it's that bad. But there we go. Apparently a common opinion tonight. Well, thank you all for tuning in, especially those that have been with us for all 3 races. See if I can bring this one home in a decent position like we did in race 1. That's probably the only race I've had all week that hasn't had any particular incidents, either with a mistake from me or me getting caught up in some other drama. It's been that sort of week. Yeah, it's 20 minutes. Yeah, probably is about 10 laps. I've not actually checked the laps on it, but yeah, 20-minute race. But we have the whole... it's a full pace lap, so it's a bit of a nightmare. Just, you know, driving around super slow. Very annoying, to be honest. All right, let's get in.
One to go. Next time by. Line up on the
That's
right
one of the nights.
side.
Let's get it done.
SOF is 2,684. Closed. Pit road is closed. Keep it clean. The DNF today would hurt our points a lot.
Oh, Mustangs. Only problem I have with Mustangs is when I'm driving, I can only hear their engine and not mine if I'm next to them. I found that really tricky the other day when I was racing around with one. It was just difficult to hear what my engine was doing. Kind of funny. We're going to do... I don't know if I'm going to race tomorrow. We'll see. Might get a little bit tired after kind of 3 or 4 nights back to back. But I'm going to run the GT Endurance on Saturday 1 PM my time, which UK, don't know whether it's 7 hours. Anyway, it would be the evening in the UK. So that was kind of what a lot of the racing was this week, was to just build up for that. I think it's dry in GT Endurance. I hope so, but I'll take a look. Yeah, I'll try and be safe. I've said that most races this week, and I've had one incident-free race out of all the ones we've had. So good advice. I hope I can live up to it. Let's see.
Everyone's gridded.
Yeah, agree. Necrodog's not a big fan of it either. And I don't... there must be a reason why... Oh, this guy's blinking in front. I guess you can see that. That's going to be fun. Right, so Ferrari P2, Mustang P1. Don't need to worry about fuel on this formation lap. There's always plenty because we're in fixed. Oh, you got to love a blinker. This is where I kind of want the iRacing, whatever that new functionality is to get people off the track if they're blinking. I mean, let's hope it's temporary for this guy. And let's hope it's not me, but no one else is blinking, so it probably is the Mustang. Oh, this is going to be great. If he's blinking going into T1, yeah, assuming you guys can see it too. It's not all the time, so it probably won't get kicked, but enough to be a real pain for us. Oh, blinker. Actually, I haven't come across too many blinkers in honestly, the last couple of months. It's been pretty good. I feel like when I started iRacing, it was I don't know, it felt like a bigger problem. Not sure why. Maybe just because you're down in rookie races. People don't have as strong a connection just starting out. Oh my god, look how much he's blinking here. This is going to be rough. Might just be safer to follow P2. I kind of wish if they're blinking like that, it would just make them a ghost or something. I don't know. If it's not going to pull them out the race. Nice classic Ferrari livery on the left there. Do enjoy that one. Yeah, I may follow P2, but the problem is being in P3 gives me the best chance of having a decent start, because I can obviously see when pole's going to go, and I'm not going to get a jump on him. So I don't know. I guess we'll just see how it pans out. Got good pace in the first fixed race in split 2, so I'll hope that our race pace is decent, and then we'll just take it from there. God, this feels like such a long lap. Hello there, P2. Okay, Mr. P1 blinker. Let's hope the connection's stabilised, because actually right now it looks alright. Oh my god, buddy. Alright, you're backing us up. We get it, we get it.
Get ready, going green. The pace car is in.
Just gotta hang out here. Don't really want to show any intent to pass. Want a safe T1 really. It's a bit weird, these guys are a bit slow into the first 2 corners, so it just caught me by surprise a bit. Still got the toes, so we shouldn't be under threat from P4. Wow, these guys are driving really quite slow. Not sure why. Jesus, what is going on here, guys? Why are we so slow? Come on, qualified at the front. On literally the same fuel, same weight car. Yeah, this is awkward because these guys are braking so much earlier. Unless I'm missing something. They got up to speed on the kink. Hopefully they can just find their pace. Yeah, I'm driving a bit sloppy, to be honest. Just a bit off-put by where these guys are braking on lap 1, but hopefully that was just a brake thing. They're warming things up. Yeah, so I think it's P1 that's slow here. So we'll see. Could be a move on. I've got a good gap back from them, which I'm happy with, to be honest. Got a lot more pace here, but can't use it right now. Yeah, it's just tricky. We are faster than these guys, but again, it's not all the way around the lap, and it's not enough to sort of fly by. Might have been my best chance early on, but didn't really want to send it. Felt a bit risky. To be honest, like P4 is also on our pace, so yeah, it's tricky. Could do with P2 having a good run on P1, but not happening at the moment. Taking too much off that corner, got to be really careful. Yeah, P1 is just unbelievably slow on this first section here, and then finds pace later in the lap. Come on, P2, let's get a send on. It's so tough. I'm faster, but it's really difficult to make much of an impression here. Yeah, it feels a bit like a parade. You can complain away. Feels a bit like that for us as well. Yeah. Only 4.6. It's not even a fast lap. That's so tough. You know, I feel like P2's quicker. Just needs to get a run at P1. Oh, P1 obviously had a stonker of a quali lap. Just can't quite back it up here. It's just annoying because it's just going to constantly put us under threat from P4. Come on, P2. That looks like you might have a run there. Not quite. And that's the problem. Easy to make a mistake when you're following.
Clear on the right. 5.7. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
This is so eager to get on throttle coming out of the last corner. But you know, that's okay. I mean, maybe this guy can make more of an imprint than me. We'll see. Obviously would like to podium here, but you know, let's see how the race plays out now. I tell you, I would be clear of these guys if I could just get ahead. There's certain parts of the track that are just so much slower on. Well, let's see if Yellow Mustang has any better luck. Ah, it's so tricky, just stuck in a train here.
10 minutes to go. You're going well. Keep at it.
Problem is I'm a bit weak out the last corner, so it does make me a little vulnerable. And this Lanero guy, we were battling for the win in split in race 1, so we know he's got some decent pace. Just made a little mistake into T1 there, went a bit deep, but we do have the toes, so we should be safe. Challenge is these guys brake so... They just brake early into this hairpin and it... Okay, we've got the overtake now. Now this might open things up a little bit. Can't find a rhythm here because of the traffic. Okay, come on, Mustang Yellow. Get it done. Let's just see if the Ferrari can pull away. It's kind of what we need to break the toe from P2. It's just a tricky race. Oh, it's annoying. If I was in P3, I would fancy my chances to get past what was P1. it's just parts of this track where I'm so much quicker, it's making it really difficult to judge how to follow these guys. I feel like I should be higher than P4, but it is, honest, it's a really tough race. No one's breaking away at the moment. Have a good final corner there. Lost a lot of ground. And I don't have a ton of toe. I'm slightly vulnerable here. But I'm going to stay where we are here. Yeah, the Nero's sizing us up. You can see that we don't have much toe protection. I'll have to go defensive here. Well, we are touching with the Nero. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong there. I feel like that was robust but fair defending. I've just lost touch with these guys a little, not sure why. Just had a bad first sector. Okay, well, it's time to put a bit more pressure on Jordan here. Surprised P1 hasn't got away.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Yeah, that one mistake's cost us, obviously. It hasn't been the most exciting race, sorry boys. One mistake for me, drops position. Podium tantalizingly close, but I mean, honestly, we need these two in 1 and 2 probably to not take each other out, but maybe just lose a bit of time to battling. Just make things interesting, if nothing else. Bit of a run here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Not going to chance it from this far back. snap again there.
White flag, white flag.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do anything silly on this lap. I mean, it's been an interesting race. I know I did my mistake. Could cost us a podium there. But it's hard. But I get, you know, you can see that the Nero behind me is quick. I feel like, you know, maybe the toe is just, you know, super powerful. Oh, so much wiggling going on here. So Lanier has been in the back of us several times. Yeah, just honestly just trying to bring it home here. It just looks kind of sketchy ahead. Lots of weaving, lots of ducking and diving. Let's just hope we'll get it home now. Don't want to waste it at this point. And if that was a true dive or just a little looky. I threw a little one there just on the off chance. Which, you know, has cost me. Fortunately, it won't cost me pace. Yeah, well, we threw away a podium, but, you know, come away with a fourth. I guess we can't complain there.
All right, there's checkered flag. Great job. You did really well.
Yeah, we'll take a P4. Look at all those 0Xs. Yeah, weird race. You know, the chance... Yeah, P1 was blinking a bit. The chance was laps 1 and 2. I had so much more pace into the hairpin. I should have just sent it. I think if I'd sent it there, I probably could have got ahead, got away, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Also, if I qualified slightly better. Trying to think if there's anything to look at. Honestly, there wasn't that much going on, was it? It was pretty boring. Let's take a look at lap 1. Yeah, like I feel maybe it wasn't the first hairpin. Maybe it was lap 2 hairpin. Oh yeah, we'll take a quick look at my mistake as well. Oh, it doesn't actually look that much. When I was driving, that's what it really felt, that, you know, in the hairpin, I could have got by these guys. But you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Always feels different after the fact. Right, where did we make the mistake? So we're position 3 on this lap. All right, so that's where we made the mistake. Oh yeah, last corner, here we go. Let's do a little chase. So I think I dropped it into second gear, which was not the gear to be in for this corner, but I was trying to get a run. Yeah, this is the problem. I'm in second gear here. And then huge oversteer. Yep, so that cost us... Yeah, I mean, that cost us the podium. At least we only lost 1 place there. Did have to go a little defensive. A 0X race. Haven't had one of those for a while. Hey Jay, it was interesting to watch the boring ones. Yeah, maybe it wasn't. I tell you, it wasn't boring to drive. It was one of the more stressful ones. But yeah, I should have gone early. If I was going to go, that was it. Once we got into, I guess you could call it just not a DRS train, but just a train in the slipstream, it was pretty tricky because even when P2 got past P1, I thought he would check out and we'd all have a chance, but maybe that would have been the same had we been up there as well. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am running PBOJ. I don't, it's not super aggressive. I have a negative offset of -10 across all the cores, which is, nothing too heavy. And I think I have a +2, no, just +100 on the core in terms of the speed that it's trying to reach. So, you can get stability with PBO on, but of course, if you're running it on auto, then it's going to be better. Yeah, chipset drivers definitely one. The challenge is, Jay, you never really know what it is. If if you've got the yeah, you guys can see it on my screen, but if you've got the whatever that box is called, the stats box in iRacing, that sometimes is useful because if you, especially if you record a race and then you know there's stutters in it, you can just see what's spiking and when. If it's if C is spiking, then that's CPU. If P is spiking, that's a page fault and can be that could mean that RAM is full or RAM isn't working the way that it should be. So the PC or the game is having to write to the disk and pull information from there instead of using RAM. But yeah, it's a bit of a. Did you run? Well, what would I say to that, Jay? I ran basic stability tests. I didn't just set it and jump in the sim. I ran some super basic ones, but not ones that I left on overnight. I'm trying to think. I think Prime, was it Prime 95? I ran that. I don't think I ran Core Cycler. I have done in the past, but I'm pretty sure 9800 X3Ds on a negative 10 offset should be fine. Um, RNG values have been low, but it spikes. Yeah, interesting. Yep, I've got 64 gig RAM as well. That can definitely help. I'm trying to think what else. Jay, the other thing to check is if you have game mode on in Windows 10 or Windows 11. If you're running any background apps, having game mode on can impact performance to the background apps and therefore they can cause stuttering in the game. So that's an easy setting just to whip off. Just let the CPU kind of manage where the performance is being fed to the different apps that you have up and running. And then the other one for me would be if you're running any apps like Discord, just make sure that the GPU acceleration is off, because it makes almost no difference to those apps. But if that's it's another GPU call from another app, which if you don't need it to do that, then it just keeps the GPU focused on the triples and just the game. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's a long video. Not all of those things are going to work for everyone, but they're at least worth a try if you've got it set differently to kind of how I have it set. But the reality is, every time there's an iRacing update, I feel like it can introduce, issues, and then I almost have to go through that cycle again. So I don't know. It's a bit frustrating. Hopefully, when they move to the new game engine, which I know is probably some time away, but maybe that'll help a little bit as well. But yes, it's a bit of a journey to figure all that stuff out. All right, we'll look at the results. I'm pretty tired, so we're going to call it a night. I realise I still hadn't switched the centre screen on for you guys before. Sorry about that. Right, how did we do? Look at that. Good I rating, good safety rating. We'll call that a good end to the night. It is a bit of a shame we weren't up there with the top three, but that's okay. Linero was pretty quick, actually. And look at that, he had the fastest lap. So I think my fastest lap, just for comparison in the earlier race, was the 2:04.3. So that is the pace we had. And look at the top two guys. Their best lap wasn't even in the fours. So yeah, just the problem was getting by them. So yeah, Linero 2:04.6. God, ours was a 2:04.8. And I think just because we couldn't go any quicker than those ahead of us. Let me just show you the lap from earlier. Yeah, thanks, Jay. It's a bit of a pain because it's so long, but you're right. I feel like as long as there's chapters, it's not terrible. The problem with something like stuttering is there's so much information that you can do half of it or some of it, and I'm like, I'd just rather put out everything that I know, cut it up as best I can, and then at least you've got something to try day by day. All right, let's just have a quick look at race one tonight. Here we go. So let's see. Yeah, okay, 2:04.4. So I was 4 tenths quicker, but you know, I'd broken away from the rest of the field on this one, so I was able just to run pretty comfortably, which was nice. But we'll call that a good night's racing. Yeah, I know, Jay. Well, what you probably don't know is this is actually a second account that I've just been working up. My main is 3K, and I'll run that actually on Saturday. But what I found I was doing is not running my main enough when I was streaming, or just not running in real races. So it's been kind of funny because now, what's our I rating after tonight? We're probably close to the main anyway on this one. So this has been kind of my fun account, I guess you could call it, just to be running and streaming on a regular basis. I'm not worrying too much about it, but as you can see, it's probably almost with the main now. So I think we'll jump back to the main for the endurance race on Saturday and see how we do. But yes, 2031, definitely not in my wheelhouse for sure. All right, guys, appreciate you tuning in. I may or may not be on tomorrow, just depending on energy levels, but I will definitely be on Saturday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll stick a scheduled placeholder in YouTube for that, so it'll pop up. And then that's a 3-hour endurance race. Could be a team. I'm going to run it solo, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. Let's actually, before I go, let's take a look. Is it going to be dry? Yeah, it's going to be dry. So it's going to be all about pace. It's a morning race, so it's going to get hotter. So that should be kind of nice. We'll run the Ferrari again. Done a lot of practice this week, so it should be in decent shape. All right, boys. Have a good rest of your evening, whatever time it is, or morning. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I will catch you on Saturday. Adios.